Hi guys, this is FK and this is our very first edition of Tech Stories. Yeah, our interviews have started. If you are watching this video after like episode 30, you can tell people that you were there for the very first episode. And today we have a guest in the house that is going to be giving us a very interesting story of his struggles trying to get a tech job. Yeah, we all know that getting a remote tech job is not easy. But now imagine through all that struggle, you even get scammed. Yeah, that's really bad, and we realize that that's something that is going on recently, and that's what we want to touch on from a very personal experience. Our guest today is going to be sharing his personal experience of how he got scammed trying to get a tech job. So join me in welcoming my man AY to the studio. Yeah, I call him AY. His name is Ayo, but I call him AY. So welcome. You are our very first guest on Tech Stories on Dev Talk with FK.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. I'm honored to have you here, and it's amazing, and I feel humbled that you want to share this story because it's not a nice story. Like if you were coming to come and tell us how you won $1 million, then that would have been that would have been a much easier thing to say. But you had some sad experiences trying to get a tech job, and specifically the new one that we're noticing today, that people are actually getting scammed. They're running scams on innocent people trying to get jobs. So I'm really glad to have you here. Let's know about you. Let's get to meet you. Just give us a quick introduction, your name, the tech field you are into. Don't worry, they don't need to know about your relationship status. Just your name, the tech field you're into, and by the way, I forgot to introduce that we also have our main cameraman by the you don't really say it, but maybe one of these days when we have money to buy an extra camera, you start seeing him. So give us a quick introduction, how the tech skills that you've developed, and just basically that, your name and your field, your tech discipline.
All right, so my name is Iroti Ayo, but people usually find it very difficult to pronounce, so short form.
That's why I call you AY anyway.
So I started with hardware.
Okay. That's the very bare bones.
The lowest of lowest. I had to stand to learn. I did it for like 5 months.
Okay.
After a while, when I could find my feet and fix systems myself,
okay,
so I became independent. I left where I was, and then I moved up. After which I did a little bit of networking.
Okay.
I did CCNA. I took the exam. I passed. It was not as easy as they said it was going to be, being networking, but then.
So you are CCNA certified.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
And then I diversified a little bit again to application testing and documentation.
Okay.
Courtesy of yours truly, my mentor, FK. Yes.
Okay.
That was him. It was his idea. It was brilliant.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So I moved into that one for a while. I did it for a while, and then I moved to customer service.
You really started from the bottom.
Yeah, started from the bottom.
Like the very bare bones, because I see these days a lot of experienced people in tech. They always talk about starting from customer support. Like even if you're going to develop software or you're going to do DevOps, starting from customer support and all those kind of fields are very, very important, because you can actually feel the pulse of the users of the application. So it's quite interesting that you got to start from there and start with hardware. I'm currently doing a lot of hardware studies, so you that start with hardware, it's very, very easy for you to understand how everything works when it comes to computing. So that's pretty cool. So continue.
So I moved to customer service thanks to MTN. I worked with them for a couple of years.
Okay.
It was fun, but then I had to move on to other things.
Right.
I got this whole idea of if I work remotely, it will be more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of earning in Naira, the way the remote job works, you earn in dollars, which is favorable to us here. So I started the journey of looking for a remote job from the moment I left MTN.
Okay. So what types of remote jobs were you targeting?
I was targeting customer support and customer service.
Okay. So that would be a lot of system administration, with the side of networking and stuff, just troubleshooting stuff. But basically, if you have that kind of expertise, like system administration and networking and stuff, and you can basically work as a customer support anywhere, because once you understand how the application works, then when people have issues, like with my own firm where I worked, I I was sent to customer support as the technical writer. Then I was sent to customer support to feel to get the same thing, feel the pulse of our users, and get, in customer support, we're just dealing with tickets every day. Now, I'm not dealing directly with the tickets, but I'm hearing the tickets, I'm hearing their problems and everything, and it was an amazing time having such kind of experience to have, and I realized that these guys are mainly just computer nerds. Like, actually, they're not even, you can't say they're networking guys or they're programmers. They just know everything that has to do with system administration and stuff like that, and they know how to troubleshoot stuff when users are having problem with these systems, with our product. So that puts you in a large pool, like the type you can work anywhere as a customer support.
So long as I know what the application is.
Yeah, you know what the product is all about, you can work anywhere. So that should be something that should be a skill that the job market should be, like the chances of getting a job, should be. I think then we had like how many support guys? I think up to like 15. And there was this support guy in my firm that came from a firm where they had like 1,000 support guys.
What?
1,000 support people. He was like, when he was going through his interview and they were telling him how, it's going to be a fast-paced environment, and he was like, how many? What's your staff strength? And he was like, oh, well, like 15 people. 15. I'm coming from a place with 1,000 people. So that's really really interesting. That's really interesting. So how has it been looking for a remote job?
It's hard. It has been very hard because the skills required for most of the jobs, people are usually looking for either developers or someone that's good in Node.js, or the customer service field is a very big place.
Okay.
A lot of people are good with customer service, yes. But not a lot of people are good with customer support. There are two different things, but people mistake it most of the time. So it has been difficult at some point. I used a lot of websites to look for remote jobs, at least.
Which ones do you remember? Which of the sites do you remember?
I spent a lot of time on Upwork.
Okay.
And after a while, I moved to AngelList. That's currently now well found.
Yeah.
So I've been shuffling the two. I stayed on LinkedIn for a while too. But LinkedIn these days is a place to show your achievement, really. And,
sure.
The job, getting a job there is usually lesser than people usually. I'm on LinkedIn. People usually come to LinkedIn and then they show their works.
Yeah.
Getting a job there is a bit difficult too, but I applied there for a while too.
Can you, now this is a very funny question. Can you remember how many rejections you've got? Like, can you put a number to how many rejections?
I cannot put a number to how many rejections.
I've had my own fair share of rejections. Can you put a number to it?
More than 200. The first few ones will break your heart. Like, sorry, you cannot continue. You'll be like, I thought I was fit for this job.
Yeah.
And after a while, you shrug. I said, don't worry, on to the next one.
And it's kind of sad when you see the job requirements, the job description.
It matches what you can
everything you can do.
But then you don't get it.
That you confidently, and the funny thing, if you don't even, maybe if you're even called for interview and you go to say and you don't get it, it's fine. But when they say, sorry, your skills don't match, I'm like, they are my skills. These are the skills I have. So you just apply a lot, because for you to get 300 rejections, that's I'm assuming 250, at least 250 applications.
Apply a lot. There's this. You can never apply too much.
Definitely, sure.
The moment you get one, the rest are just. But you can't just apply for one and just be like, I'll get this one. So
just put all your eggs in that basket.
So a lot of applications, a lot of rejections. The ones that I did not get rejected.
Yeah.
Okay, I managed to get to the first stage.
Okay.
Some of them will ask you to probably use Test Gorilla to take an assessment.
Okay.
And then after that, they'll tell you, okay, after reviewing your assessment, you most likely not be able to continue with this role. And that one is even understandable. At least you were one step.
Yeah. One step in. Yeah.
So back and forth.
So, like you mentioned that, a lot of them are definitely, you are not a developer. A lot of the people that are watching us are developers. But I know definitely I can say it's not a walk in the park for us too, because I've gotten my fair share of disappointments. In fact, I remember, this is another story for another day, but I remember even Andela, I went through Andela and I passed everything and I was expecting to enter and it still just ghosted me. Today, that's something I will still come up with. So for developers too, it's not, at least I have a lot of my guys that are developers and I know that it's basically the same thing. The same experience you are having. Forget that you're seeing jobs where you have, there's a lot of support jobs too, for you to even be able to apply to somewhere. So do you think that there's some sort of, we're in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So if you're in countries that are in Africa or probably some other continents that are not seen as, probably, let's just say, third world. Do you think we're at a disadvantage?
Yeah, I think we're actually at a disadvantage. I had one job. I got to an interview phase.
Yeah.
And as soon as I told the guy that I was in Nigeria, the guy was like, you being in Nigeria is an issue because they've had bad experiences. Not personally though.
Okay.
Like a neighboring company or someone they've worked with before.
Yeah.
Telling them about his own experiences that he had with Nigerians. So it's
that's
like,
sad.
Because you're in Nigeria, I'm sorry, you will not be able to, like, the skill is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Not my citizenship. Because
and one funny thing is that a lot of people that have tried Nigerians have given a lot of testimonies. Like I even saw they say one thing, that one Nigerian walks into a tech company, 10 other Nigerians walking. Yeah, because Nigerians have always like really, really performed, and even a lot of people from other African countries. But I feel that there's still some sort of, I won't call it discrimination, but a matter of trust, like a trust barrier with these companies. And because I've been rejected just because, I've been rejected. I even was allowed in the first time I got to a stage. I said in one of my videos, I think when I was talking about how I got my first remote job, and they called me and they were like, okay, that's when I applied the second time. And they were like, yeah, we just give us some time to see, we're going to hire from your country. And sometimes I don't think it's even maybe like racial stuff or stuff like that. Sometimes to manage,
I feel like sometimes are just people who are actually, their skills actually are better than yours. And
but then sometimes managing people from another country, some don't just want that body.
They don't want
that body. They don't want to deal. Yeah, within they don't want to deal with taxes. They don't want to deal with. So some parts can be understandable, but it's just it shouldn't be. We should improve. We should be able to break those barriers if we know we're going to do a remote job. Like I still don't like saying remote UK or remote Canada or stuff like that.
You should just be remote. Like if your skills match the description, you should get the job.
You should get the job. So it's just there's that component too. Like as someone that is coming from here, you also have to worry about that. Like you can just probably I used to have this conspiracy theory. Like there's an AI stuff that just goes through all the CV, and once you just see some countries, just get that automatic rejection letter. So right. It's tough. That's something that we have to be clear about. It's quite tough. So how did the scam happen?
All right. So it was like every other normal day. I got an email. I applied for several jobs, not just one.
Definitely. Playing the numbers.
Playing
the field.
Well found. So I got an email. I put like an email from Well Found. So I clicked on it and it said, your application has been accepted. And then a few minutes after, the company email came in saying, we need you to complete this assessment. You've been moved up to the next stage of the employment. I was happy.
Oh, sure.
It came with a whole lot of instructions. You need to do this, you need to do that. At the end, at the bottom part of the email, they had a link saying complete the assessment. After I completed the assessment, it wasn't that difficult since I already knew, well, basically my field, because they asked questions pertaining to customer service and customer support.
So that was like an online test?
Yeah, it was an online test.
Okay, you didn't have no human contact?
No human contact. It was a lot of questions. So I answered and then I submitted. The next day, they sent another email saying they liked the responses I gave. Okay, so on to the third stage now. Okay. So they sent the contract in.
Sorry, what were the questions like? What kind of questions?
Customer support questions.
Yeah,
what would you do in this situation?
All
this customer situational questions.
Yeah.
And then they asked about experiences, how you've dealt with customers, angry customers, customers giving good report about you.
Okay.
What is your rating like? So they ask a couple of questions plus some technical questions too.
Okay.
For example, if a system goes off midway and your customer calls you and is asking for.
So everything was standard.
It was standard. They set it really well. It was actually well built.
Okay.
It was like I was applying for a major company. I was just answering the question. I was proud of myself.
Yeah, sure.
This thing is easy. Customer service. All right. So when they now bumped me up to the third stage, they said I needed to sign a contract.
Okay.
And then I need to do something called a background check. Background check assessment. They had a separate link for that one too.
Okay.
So they were like, I have to go through this link.
So was after the assessment, they said you've been moved up.
Yeah.
Did they say you've gotten the job?
They did.
They told you you've gotten
Yeah,
the
they told
job.
me I got in the job.
Okay, so this
That's
was
when the
celebration
contract
time.
came in.
Okay, that's what the contract.
So I was already happy.
Because when you
I was
said
like-
contract, I was like, okay, has it been confirmed?
Yeah,
Like,
they told me I gotten the job. The contract
Okay.
came in, and then just a few.
and I'm sure you were already, doing the
I
dance.
was I danced. I called my mom.
Oh, your mom.
I got
Oh
my
my
mom
God.
like, I don't blow.
This one. Yeah.
So the instruction continued, and they were like, I need to do a background check.
Okay.
That they won't do it personally, so they'll just probably direct me to a link. Now,
And were you still communicating with the same person or
know,
different people?
Different people. The emails
Okay.
came from different. The first email came from Wellfarm saying they accepted the application. The second email came from the company themselves.
Yeah.
Saying do the assessment.
The well-found one is kind of standard. Like
Yeah.
once someone
Once
accepts,
accepts the
yeah,
application, they'll send you
there's
an
no.
So the second one came and said do the assessment.
Okay.
Once you are done, we'll contact you. So the third one came from a different person entirely again. Not
Okay.
the same person, but
same
under
one.
the same company. So I clicked on the link for the background check, and I found out I had to pay a fee.
Okay.
It was I think it was in pounds or so, or in dollars. I can't really remember. But then I had to I already gotten the job. I already
Yeah.
filled in the contract I had signed. And the only thing that was left was the background check. So I had to get it done. I'm like, this is not going to be what is going to hinder me from
Yeah,
getting this
definitely.
job.
And asking for a background check,
It sounded pretty standard.
Yeah, like
you want to know
like
the person that hired
yeah,
you.
especially the fact that they're hiring you from a different country.
Different country.
So
So it was understandable.
yeah.
So I completed the form, and they were like, I had to pay a fee.
That was on the other website.
That was on the other website. They
Okay.
took me to a .gov
Recommended
website,
by them,
By them.
linked to by them.
linked to by them. The email,
Okay.
everything came from them, so it looked pretty standard. So I had issues paying initially because we
Okay.
have this barrier of converting naira to dollar
Okay.
payment system online.
Okay. What
So-
payment system was it?
I think it was PayPal. The actual PayPal.
Yeah.
And before then, PayPal went down with you. We're not accepting transfers from your
Region,
your bank
I know.
account.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to look for someone in the US. I sent naira to his Nigerian account,
Yeah.
and then he used his own PayPal account to pay for me. So when he paid, the celebration continued. I'm like, that's the end. Since that was
You
all I was
fulfilled
looking
the final
Fulfilled
rite of passage.
for, feel righteousness. Okay, so the background check was supposed to take 3 days.
Oh, okay.
I
Who
was
said
like-
that? Who,
The
that's
website.
The
said so.
website.
Yeah,
said
they
so.
said it was going
Okay.
to take 3 days, 72 hours. Meanwhile, the company guys were like, they needed the background check to come on the 4th day because it's like they knew it was going to take 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So they were like,
Like
4
the-
days after the check should come. So on the 4th day, the 3rd day that the background check was supposed to come back,
Yeah.
it didn't. I was already like, these people, they don't want me to get this job. I'm talking about the background check people now, not the
Yeah.
company. Because the company is waiting for the response from the. So the 4th day, I emailed them saying, I made a payment for a background check through, well, this means I sent them a
Okay.
screenshot.
Yeah, was it like through their contact? They have a contact
They have
email
a
on the site.
support
Email on the site. Okay.
So I emailed them and I sent them all the screenshot of the payment I made and when I did it. So they got back to me on the 5th day.
Oh, they got back to
They
you.
got back to me on the 5th day. They were like,
Interesting.
okay, we've processed it. Sorry, it took time. This is your results.
Okay.
So they sent a certificate in saying I have been cleared. So
And the happiness continued.
the happiness continued. So all I had to do now was take the background check
Yeah,
certificate
yeah.
and mail it to the HR with my signed contract.
As a certified tech bro.
That was where the drama started. So I tried mailing it to, because the email said I should mail it back to
Okay.
the email.
Yeah.
So I tried mailing it and then it bounced.
That's the HR email.
That's the HR email.
Of the second person. Okay.
Now, that is the first time I've actually seen an email bouncing.
But
Mail not delivered, domain not found. Like, maybe it's because I did it from my system. Let me try it on my phone. So I picked up my phone, I moved it was true email, so I just downloaded the certificate.
Yeah.
I just mailed it again. And I was waiting. And then the thing came again, mail not delivered. I'm like,
I'm sure at that time there will be some kind of heat on your body already, but you don't want to
like,
accept. You want to.
I just paid
like
for background check.
Yeah.
Time. I was worried. I had to email. I even emailed the company saying, I'm sorry this is taking time.
Yeah, because I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I emailed them.
When it was being delayed, you...
On the 4th day, I emailed the HR guy saying, I'm sorry it's taking time.
Yeah.
The background check guys have not gotten back to me
yet.
So, if you could like just give me another maybe 24 hours or 40 hours, if they get back to me, I'll mail it to them. And we're like, that's fine.
Oh, they replied?
They replied. Like,
oh,
that's fine.
Okay.
Like, it happens sometimes.
These guys are thorough.
So, I was like, okay, since the mail didn't get to the second guy where I was supposed to mail the email to. So I went back to the first HR guy that sent the assessment.
Yeah.
The first assessment that they said I should do.
Yeah,
so I tried mailing him saying...
That's the very first contact.
The very first contact. I'm trying mailing him saying I was supposed to mail something to the second
the
guy,
other person.
but it's bouncing. And I don't know what's happening. As soon as I click enter, boom, that mail to bounce.
Or to bounce. maybe their exchange servers are down.
Maybe the servers are down. I will leave it. I leave for a couple of hours. I left it. I went to lie down. I could not sleep. I went to lie down. Like,
of course.
It will work. Like 3 hours after, I picked up my phone again. Bounced. And I started calling people that I knew that have remote jobs.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have the same issue?
Yeah.
And like, no, someone actually even told me he did a background check one time.
Okay.
And then the company didn't get back to him. So as soon as he said that, my mind already jumped. I was like, okay, it might just be his own. My own will work. I've done celebration already, so it has to work.
Delusion stage.
You don't even want to know the half of it. Maybe if I wake up tomorrow morning and I send email again.
Maybe, their servers will have cooled and woken up.
It did not. It still bounced. That was like the 6th mail I was sending. So I went back to Well Found. I went to go and like...
That's check. Then they were still angel.co?
They were still angel.co, yeah. So I went back, I checked. So I found out that I couldn't search for the company anymore. Like if I search for the name of the company, it doesn't pop up.
Wow.
But on my applied side of the website, it's still there.
Okay, that's the applied section.
Accepted,
yeah,
so it's there.
It's logged.
I was like, okay, let me just try to email Well Found. So I emailed Well Found. They have a support. They also have a support email.
Yeah.
Thank God everybody has an email these days. They had a support email. So I emailed them saying, I got a job from so company.
Okay.
I already completed all the stages. And I'm trying to mail them and it's not going. I also tried searching. I let them know that I also tried searching for the company name on the website and then I was not seeing it. So I sent the mail and then I gave it a rest. And the next day, I got an email from Well Found saying, they're sorry for the inconvenience. They found out that the company was impersonating the main company.
Wow.
And then they took it down from the site.
Okay.
So at that point, I already lost my mind.
No, it's already clear. It's clear what's going on.
What just happened? I just, one, lost a job that I already celebrated for.
Yeah, like...
And 2, I just lost money because I paid for...
That was a scam. Check. That was a scam. Because I imagine they casted a net to like thousands of you guys. Told you guys that you are... Because nobody was going to run that scam to make $30 or $40, yeah. They're going to like tell 1,000 people that they've... yeah.
It's crazy.
And within those 4 days, they would just make like $40,000 or something.
It felt like they now and I felt like the ultimatum they gave was just the amount of days they needed to run the whole thing.
Well, yeah.
4 days, 3 days is going to take for the background check, then the 4th day you have to submit.
Definitely.
Knowing fully well that by the 3rd day you would have paid for the background check.
Did Angel, because they were Angel then, they were Well Found now. Did they point to the actual company? Like, okay, this is the company they were trying to impersonate.
They did not.
They didn't give details of that.
No.
did you try to search whether there's a like maybe with the same name or?
So I searched for the same name, and I found out that they're a company based in Singapore.
Okay.
A real company this time.
A real company.
But they were not hiring. Because I checked, I literally had to read the whole site because that was the only thing I could do.
Yeah.
I even sent the address that was on the company when I first saw it on AngelList to a friend in the US saying,
Okay.
"Show me check it out to see."
Oh, okay.
So after a couple of days, after the whole thing already happened, he got back to me and said, the address you sent to me is not registered to any company.
Wow.
It's a small office. It's not even a company.
So it took time before it got back to
It
you.
took time. Because if he had gotten back to me within the 4 days,
Period.
I would have not even given any face to it entirely.
But definitely a lot of those people kind of the whole submit it in within so time is part of ABCs of scams. They create this kind of environment of urgency so that you just want to do what is necessary because you don't want to lose this thing. So they because like if they are sent it to 1,000 people, they will give them the same time within 3 days, and that's the 3 days is the gestation period for the background check to come out.
Yeah.
So you quickly want to put in the application and pay, and because the payment is at the it's not like the payment is after you get it. Payment,
No.
so you've paid already. Even if that takes 5 days, they've already cashed out at that very point. You decide to do that background
I
check
paid like
from
the next day. I paid the next
so
day.
it's sad, and it's sad that they use a legit platform like Angel, because I've gotten a job from AngelList before, so I know that they're a legit platform. I think I got my very first job from there, so it's quite sad that is now such a platform is now being used to push this kind of scam.
Scams. It's crazy.
So this might sound crazy to people that are watching us, but you said it happened again. You said it happened again.
It happened again.
Okay, did you lose money this time?
No, I didn't lose money.
Oh, thank you. Okay. You can tell us.
Alright, so I got a mail
Okay.
from said well found.
Now they've become well found.
Yeah. Now they've become well found.
They're no longer AngelList. So yeah, because I was I
Got all the news
followed.
later.
I followed that up. Yeah.
So I didn't leave them because that happened. So I
It's
continued.
a legit platform. Yeah.
So I got an email from Wellfound saying we checked your portfolio and then we are matching you with so company that are looking for your skill set
Directly from well found.
directly from Wellfound.
So like they are recommending
They are recommending
you to a company based on your skills.
based on my skills. So the email said a lot.
Okay.
The main thing in the email was they didn't even say I needed to apply. They just said
Okay.
I should attend the interview because they already did the groundwork
Interesting.
for me. So I was like, okay,
They connected you.
you're already connected. And I'm like, maybe this is compensation for what happened to me last time. I was like,
Yeah, because you sent them an email,
I sent
so
an email
it's
saying-
possible they followed up your case and they just want to make up for that.
I was looking at me. I'm like, oh, this guys are actually considering.
Yeah,
you
it's,
know?
that would have been great for them.
So I clicked on the Skype because it was supposed to be Skype
Okay.
for the interview. They were like, I should just connect directly to the HR guys.
Skype. Who still uses Skype? Yes.
I had to download it.
Sure, because who still uses
I
Skype?
was- no one used Skype. I had to download it. So I downloaded it and then I started. I sent the person a message
Yeah.
saying, "This is the email I got," because I didn't know what to do next.
Yeah.
I just said,
Contact this person.
"Just contact this person." So while I sent the message, while it was sent already, I was waiting for a response. I googled the company.
Okay.
So this time I was trying to be on the
So what was the name of that first company?
Vetavas.
That's what they call themselves,
That's what they call
Vetavas.
Vetavas.
Vetavas. And this new one was.
The name keeps skipping.
Don't worry, maybe you get it before we finish.
Before we finish, I'll probably
yeah.
remember. So the name keeps skipping my mind. So I went and I did a research on the company. The website looked legit. The website also said they were hiring people for. They said rules that the email carried.
Oh, okay.
So there was this place that said apply on the website. So I was like, there's no harm. They've done the groundwork already. I don't mind.
Yeah.
But let me just still So I clicked on it and I applied.
Okay.
Now this time I actually applied. The message came back from the HR guy from Skype saying, "Oh, you have to actually still apply regardless
of the
email."
matchmaking.
I was like, I already did.
Okay.
Luckily, I
Okay,
just
cool.
went to the site
Cool,
and
yeah.
I did it. So it was like, oh, that's brilliant. So he said, the probably next few emails we'll get, if we'll be continuing with you, will determine if you will come back to Skype to have a conversation with me. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So 24 hours later, I got an email saying, oh, we'll be continuing with you. Your skill set matched the same.
Yeah, all the nice things.
So you need to do this assessment.
Okay.
After the assessment, they now put another link for the Skype. Saying after the assessment, you need to have a conversation with the HR guy on Skype.
Okay.
I was awake around 2 a.m.
That's the same guy that you've been talking
Yeah,
about.
that's the same guy I was talking to. Because I clicked on the link and just took it straight
To
to
the
previous
Skype, yeah.
conversation guy. So I was awake 2 a.m. I took the assessment. It took me almost 1 hour. It was slightly harder than the first one.
Another online assessment and all that.
Another online assessment.
Deja vu.
All over again. But this time with little
It's
difficult.
hint of legitimate. Okay. Oh, questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I answered. I was like, fingers crossed this time.
Okay.
So I went back to the Skype guy and I was like, I already answered the assessment. So I was told to send you a message. And I'm like, so it's like, okay, let's schedule for an interview tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll have a 20-minute conversation, nothing serious, according to the person.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, no problem, tomorrow. So the next day came, I texted him on Skype.
Yeah.
Very weird actually using Skype after several years. So I texted him on Skype.
Has the
and then-
interface changed? Like, is it the
that's-
same?
No,
Same
it's-
interface.
It's pretty now, and they added a touch of
Okay.
AI.
Because
and actually-
they face competition, so they have
they
to scale
actually
up,
need to.
and they are basically competing with themselves with Teams. They
Yeah.
own Microsoft
Oh.
owns Teams and Skype.
Skype.
So
the HR guy actually said I should actually still download Microsoft Teams
okay.
because the day we were supposed to do the interview, he said it was caught up in a meeting. He would
Okay.
most likely not be able to meet up.
That's that 20-minute interview that you
that's
guys were
20
supposed to do.
minutes. Yeah, because he even called. He was on a call.
Was it a voice call? It was a video call.
Yeah, it was a
Also,
video.
you saw somebody.
Yeah.
There's
So-
a face.
You know this. Your
Time to
your
start
speech,
screenshotting.
It's a call. So
Okay,
you're not
okay.
expecting
Yeah,
So
sure.
as I picked the call ended. So I thought it's probably MTN being funny again.
Okay, the call ended when you.
When I
So
picked the call.
you've not seen the face yet.
So I've not seen the face yet.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so I did this airplane mode and airplane off thing. I was like, this is
Yeah,
probably
just refresh
so
things.
when the whole thing refreshed, and I saw the message from the guy saying, it's gonna be a meeting, that he just invited
Okay.
him to another meeting. If not, he would have actually called back for the 20-minute interview.
So you have still not seen any
So I've still not
face.
seen any face.
Okay.
So just me conversing with
I'm just trying to get the timeline right.
just me conversing with someone I don't know. So I was like, okay. So he now said, why not do it like this? There's a Microsoft team group for the people we are trying to employ.
Okay.
So we'll just add you there, and then any information that has to go around will go through that place. Meanwhile, the second email that came after the assessment also carried a background check form. So at this point, when I scrolled to the bottom of the email and I saw the background check, I'm like,
Okay.
PTSD, this background check.
Familiar.
But this one didn't require me going to a site or paying money. It was just
Yeah.
a simple form
Oh, okay.
I had to fill and sign.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah.
Fill and sign. We fill a lot
I'm
of
not.
forms.
I'm not pulling out my credit
not
card
paying
this time.
anything.
I'm not pulling out
Fill a lot
my.
of forms.
Yeah,
When
fill all the forms we can fill.
like you signed, and it said the same thing like the last time.
Yeah.
The email, you have to email the background check form back to the
them.
email that
Okay.
sent it to you. So after filling it, that's before the whole 20-minute interview thing was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I sent it, and then it bounced. At that moment, it bounced. I was like, I've just been scammed. At this point, I
Hope
sent it.
hope this second time you had not called people again.
No. I didn't even celebrate. I didn't even celebrate it yet. I was just like, I'll wait till I actually start this job before I actually dance. this
Yeah.
time. So I sent the email and then it bounced. Automatically, I already knew this is just like the first time all over again. But this time, I had somebody I was talking with from the company already.
Okay.
So It wasn't hard. I just took the screenshot.
Yeah, that's this same guy.
The same guy.
Yeah.
I took the screenshot and I took it to Skype saying, I tried emailing the background check back to you guys, and then it bounced. He responded. I was happy.
Okay.
Like, okay, I actually responded, so might be a mistake somewhere. So he said I should give him a moment. So he was gone for like 30 minutes and then came back. It's like, oh, he's sorry that they already selected a certain number of people that they wanted to take in.
Already. All within this very short space of time.
Very short space of time.
Preparing for an interview, him saying he was in a meeting, and they already shortlisted
people.
Don't you think someone was onto them?
I think.
And decided to shut it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was what was going through my mind. So he said sorry, they already selected. That is why the email was not
going. Like, why would they just shut down their email immediately?
You literally just sent me this thing and I just filled it and I'm trying to send it
because
back.
I remember when Gatsby bounced me at like the 4th stage, I still emailed them back 2 weeks and they replied explaining why I was not chosen, because I had gone really, really far. So at that point they kind of owed me an explanation, and I not like they really owed me, but I'm glad that they felt that responsibility towards me and they replied me, giving me further details as to why I was not chosen. So who just shuts an email? Who just shuts a...
One would think, even if you already selected the people you want to select already.
Yeah.
When I send an email, you send me an email back saying, oh, we're sorry, we already... But you can't even do that because you already even sent me a contract and the background check form to sign.
Yeah.
That means I'm en route already.
Yeah, sure.
So it felt like something happened within and then they just had to close it down. So his explanation was they already shortlisted people already and it's applied. But I was like, you just sent me this email like a couple of minutes ago and I already emailed you back and then it's bounced. So I was like, okay, I should send the form to him there on Skype. Okay. And then he will send it personally
to them.
Like, okay, that's fine. So I sent it. So he said he'll add me to the Microsoft team. I downloaded Microsoft team. He asked for my email. I gave him the email address.
Yeah.
And this is 7 days and several hours after. I've still not been added to a Microsoft group yet.
Till now?
And then I texted him like 2 days after saying, I've still not been added yet. I'm still waiting. And then he has not responded.
Till date.
So
like in retrospect, that meeting that he avoided, he wasn't planning on taking it, because taking it means he was going to show his face, and because I was really interested in knowing whether there was a face this time.
I was even surprised. It was a video call. I thought it was going to be an audio call. So I was out when the call came in. I was like, let me pick. So as I unlocked my phone, I saw that it was a video call. It shows your camera shows your face when you want to pick a video call. So I saw it was a video call. So I ran in to the house. I sat all the AirPods and then picked. Hung up.
So you did show me the email some days after definitely
the whole thing took place.
Obviously realizing that it was another monkey business they were trying to play. And we found out that the initial email that was supposedly sent from Wellfound was actually not from Wellfound. It was masked.
Yes, it was.
It was a masked email. So the subject was masked as Wellfound.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the email was a Gmail.
Yes.
With the picture of an old white lady.
Yeah. Stacy something.
Something at Gmail. Which definitely you don't. No company in the history of companies would use a Gmail for an official recruitment communication, and they hid under the legitimacy of Wellfound, who has been hit again. Probably they rebranded to Wellfound because of the scams. They rebranded from Angel to Wellfound because of the scams, and now people have become more sophisticated using them. So they were masked. And we went through all the other emails, that's the official emails that you've actually, the actual Wellfound emails that you've previously received, and realized that there were small differences, and definitely the emails were at Wellfound.
Yes.
Welcome. Unlike this other one that was masked.
The other ones I usually say your application has been accepted. Wellfound. When we did the investigation, we saw that it was actually Wolfand. I was always sending those emails.
Yeah.
So it was not hard differentiating the two.
It will.
Wolfand, they don't use Gmail. This was Gmail.
And it was difficult to know, because a lot of people will be wondering, like, okay, how didn't you just see that at first? It was difficult to know that it was Gmail, because you just see the subject. You see the subject. You have to, like, really click into the subject to see the full details for you to actually see the email that it comes through. That's one of the first checks I do whenever I find any email suspicious. I try to, like, hover on the subject so that it can display more details in the pop-up, and I will see the exact email that is sending email. So it was basically a spear phishing attack.
But for someone who actually gets a lot of emails from Wolfand, I didn't pay too much attention.
Yeah, that's one of the things they're counting on.
Yeah, I won't pay attention to it.
Yeah, they're counting on it. Like, it's called like a fatigue strategy. Like, you don't take your time. It's not every time you will be motivated enough to take your time to check things thoroughly. If you receive a lot of legitimate ones, by the time you receive an illegitimate ones, you might not suspect. Like, there was a time some people were sending GT Bank text messages.
Yeah, and mask it with
some mask it. Some, I think GT Bank uses capital GTB.
Yeah.
And they will just use G small TB. Yeah. So sometimes you just see that and you just go ahead and trust it, because you are probably not in a very, conscious state when it came in. It's a fatigue. They're counting on your fatigue to do those kind of things. So and I think this is something that a platform like Wellfound, because for them to rebrand from AngelList to Wellfound, and these kind of scams are still happening, it's something that they will need to look into. They saw the first one. It was acknowledged by them. So this is something that I hope they see this video. Yeah, I think I'm even going to tag them, so that, because it's a wonderful platform where a lot of people that I know, including myself, have gotten jobs. So it's not going to be nice to see this kind of fraudsters soil that. So I think, and that has to do with work they need to put in. That's the work they need to do. Yeah, sure, definitely. So, what do you think, like, as someone that has applied to jobs and you've had these unpleasant experiences, what do you think can be done to prevent such kind of things? Because they are basically casting a net at innocent job seekers. These job seekers have heard about the wonderful opportunities that can be gotten remotely, and a lot of them about the, good paying jobs that they can get. And these malicious actors are taking advantage of that dream that these people have to dupe them. What do you think can be done to prevent such?
All right. So first, I feel like when one applies for a job, for a remote job especially, and you get it, like, you get through the first few stages, and they say, "Oh, congratulations, you've been hired." Before then, a lot of research should be done.
Okay, now you're looking at it from the point of view of the job seeker now.
Yeah, from the
okay,
job seeker.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
I think that's even more impactful. Yeah, continue.
So a lot of research should be done. The company itself, the location, the website should be although it's hard knowing which website is probably a scam or not.
Yeah.
Well, like we know, you can actually just float a website and then need to look.
Yeah, definitely.
You are all gone.
Definitely.
Proper background check should be done
How?
by both the job seeker and the websites that they are using. The website should be able to check the background of the company properly to know.
Okay, yeah, that's the job site.
Yeah, that's the job site.
The job site should be able to do a proper verification process for this.
So that they can know that the company that they are allowing on their site is legitimate.
Good.
Because if that was properly done the first time, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened.
I already went through the phase of paying before even they discovered that this was probably
because this scammer's profile is on their own website, and the second one led you to their profile also actually on Wellfound. Yeah,
it's great. The second one even makes it worse because one will know how they got my email.
Yeah.
So to mask it with well found.
It's more like is okay. So it's not like on well found. It's not like people's profiles are. You can make your profile public. As someone that is looking for a job, but it kind of also hints that there are leaks. Yeah. There are leaks in their system that just exposes people's email. That's a possibility too, that people can farm emails from them. Yeah.
And spam those emails.
And target those people. Yeah.
Right, so
those job seekers.
Both on the job seeker side and the company side, proper background checks should be done. For the websites now, there should be probably a report channel or a report support that one can actually go to and say, this site that I applied for from you guys said they've given me this job, but then in reality they did not.
Okay.
Because the more it shows on the sites that these guys are hiring people, the more their ratings go up.
Yeah, sure.
Not knowing that these guys actually not.
They did not,
give. So a report or a scam colon should be added for people to actually report companies that say, okay, you're hired but you're not.
Because
proof.
Because if you can't report them, their profile will continue to be on these job sites, and people who will continue to fall to that scam. Yeah, that's. But how, like, for back to the point of view of the person looking for a job, what kind of checks can you do?
There's a limit to the checks you can do. No honesty, because you're looking for a job, and if there's a company that says they are willing to give you a job,
you're already basking in that. Yeah.
You are totally gone. You are at the
euphoria of acceptance. Yeah.
Because if you, in some cases, do too much and the company is legit, you might lose it.
True.
And then.
Well, that's the fear.
That's the fear. The fear of losing to a legit company thinking it's a scam. Major fear. Now, if I'm getting, we are moving to the next step, I'm looking at it like with one side eye. So this is actually the next step.
Are you just a stable step? Or this step leads somewhere?
So now, due to experiences, I'm skeptical about most of the responses I get.
But yeah, like one thing I do is that, because I think sometimes I've seen some things like that, not definitely as much as real as you, but no, just some ones that just slide by and stuff like that. When I doubt the legitimacy of a particular company, one thing I first do is I go to their website and everything. Probably because I'm a web developer, I know I can tell if you're using stock images. But one thing I probably do is I go to their team page. I expect them to have a team page. So I go to their team page to see their CEO, their COO. At least they will have their CEO, their CEO, CFO, CTO, C-level executives there and stuff like that, and just search them on LinkedIn. Search them on LinkedIn. Search their profile on LinkedIn. And I don't want to see you on LinkedIn with like 3 followers or 75 followers. No. I want to see. And then I look at your LinkedIn activity. I also do that for the company itself, because I believe that your company should be on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I check your company on LinkedIn, and I look at the activity. What have you guys been posting? You guys should have been posting things for at least 2 years. It's easy to see on LinkedIn. You can look at the trail of activities that they've been doing. You don't just see. I've seen one so-called CEO one time, and I got to his page, and he has only posted twice, and he has like 100, and he's claiming to represent a very big company, and he doesn't even have a profile picture. I just know his name. So those are the kind of research I check you on LinkedIn. I also go and check your social handles. These people also check our social handles when they want to. Some of them do. They check our social handles when they want to hire us. So I go to your company. Your company has to have a Twitter. You have to appear. If I check 3
social medias,
let's say between LinkedIn, Twitter, and let's just give Facebook some props, because everybody was first there before they decided to leave. You must have a representation on one of those at least one of those platforms. I'm not expecting you have a TikTok page or to have an Instagram page, but you have to be on one of those platforms. You have to have a public facing. I should see that you've been interacting with people. You've been replying tweets. You've been quoting tweets. You've been tweeting activities. You've been showing the faces of people in your company. Every legitimate company I've seen, people I've worked with, I have worked with, I've been like that. I've been like that. There was even a startup that I saw, they were just a couple of months old, and they were already posting about their vacations and stuff like that. They write blog posts about, and they're showing their faces consistently. And also, I think human contact also should be a big deal.
Yeah.
Human contact. If you are going through interviews and nobody has shown their face yet, or nobody has spoken to you on the phone, it's because some start with phone call, like TopTal. TopTal will start with a phone call before you get to see people. But I remember Gatsby from get-go, I was seeing a face. I was seeing a face. So attaching a face to it too is going to be something that can be a way to check legitimacy. So yeah, that's those are quite insightful points. At least that's something that people watching this video can also use to check out this company.
Even reviews. User reviews.
Reviews.
Like people they've actually hired.
Yes. Reviews. Also tell your friends. Let your friends help you check it out. Especially your friends that are already working in remote companies. Let them help you check it out. Check them out on Google. Definitely, you might have put a lot of funny stuff on Google. But what was their head office? They should have a picture of their head office. Have a picture of their head office. Yeah, I would say, thank you. Like, every company I've been in, they're always happy to share. They're always happy to share all their activities, big, small. Always happy to share their activities. In Nigeria, outside Nigeria, they're always happy to share their activities. So, and I've been working in and with tech companies since like 2013, and they're always happy to share. So, yeah, that's something that needs to watch. So, then again, the main goal is to see people actually get jobs. We talked about the whole being in Africa or being in a continent with probably predominantly third world countries and stuff like that. People you're in USA, you're in Europe, and others it's just bread and butter. Actually. But most of the people that come from continents with majority of developing countries like Africa, we find it tough. So what do you think needs to be done to help new people get jobs? What do you think? What barriers need to be broken? What things need to be put in place? Even if you just strengthen trust and also give more visibility to the type of talent that we have here.
Okay, so I feel like companies should be more open-minded to internships.
Okay.
It can be internships in a particular skill set or role that you're applying for, or just a general open internship. It doesn't have to be paid.
Okay.
Sometimes. It doesn't have to pay most times. Even if you're paying the bare minimum, it's also fine. But the fact that people actually apply for the internships, get it, and do the bare minimum for the company, to an extent is enough. At least you know that, okay, this company is substantial, they're up and running, and I'm working for them. Yeah. Now, that is one. Two, if you create mentorship within that same internship program, that means you're not only working for the company, you're also learning something from a mentor in that company or in another company. Now you're tied two ways to either one company or two companies. That way you get to both work and learn at the same time. So that will also work. The internship thing, people don't really take it serious, but it is. For example, now if you take me as an intern, as a customer support in a company, I'd work regardless. Mentorship too also works.
At least to be in that environment, know what it looks like, know what the requirements are, so you can recognize scam from something that is legit.
Exactly, and through that means you can actually even still level up. They hire interns full time. So if they see that your skill set actually matches, you can just bump you up, and then from there you're actually working remote.
And never tell interns to pay any money. Never at any point. And even jobs don't tell you to pay money. No job tells you to pay money. They want to pay you money. So why would they tell you to pay money? And it's quite interesting you said it now, because this Axeltan, one of the very popular tech guys in the software space in Nigeria, is currently on a mission to get 100,000 techies, internship, which is quite commendable. He's really high on it. He's used to it. He's used to helping people that are coming up get those kind of opportunities, starting from the laptop for devs days, and now running alt school and stuff like that. So I think that's another thing I want to point out. Like, if anybody's watching this video around this time, because it's currently doing it, so there's a time component to this. There's a time component to this particular thing. So you might be watching this video 6 months after, and the opportunity has gone. So that's something that people too should kind of avail themselves to, and it's quite impressive that he's doing that. So that's that I think we need more of those kind of things. We need more of those kind of bridges to be built between people that already have accomplished a lot in terms of getting these jobs, in terms of being authorities in the space, building that bridge between job seekers and the jobs, the companies. And I remember there was a time, what company was this? Was this South African company? I forgot their name. I think Demius. Yeah, Demius. One of my guys, Shegun, worked there before. Demius. They had this very structured program to get interns over, and it was fantastic. And they even got to work with a lot of, I think they worked with She Code Africa to get a lot of people on the cloud and DevOps train and everything. Sure. It was pretty neat. I've not been hearing much of that. I think I believe they're still doing it and they're still doing that ground. But when they started, it was really awesome, and a lot of people got to get their jobs and stuff like that. So we need more of those this thing. So is there any other thing you want to add to that?
So I feel like most people usually, once they learn a particular skill, they just want to like jump straight into
getting dollars,
millions fast. I feel like they can work on a personal project.
Okay.
If you work on a personal project yourself, one, you are building your portfolio.
Yeah, sure.
That way you know what it feels like to work in a team by yourself, but it's a one-man team, but still. And again, you still have something to show. That this particular thing I'm applying for, I'm actually good at it. See, this is what I have done.
Show me, don't tell me.
Exactly. Show, don't tell. This is what I have done. So it will actually compel companies to be like, okay, this guy actually knows what he's doing. Let's try him.
Sure.
Instead of just, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. Like, okay, plenty of people are good at this thing. What have you done with it? So that also is an addition.
I think that's from the job seekers perspective.
Job seekers perspective.
So that's been awesome. I want to thank you a whole lot for coming to share this story, because I know we may have had a lot of laughs, but when it was happening, the temperature will have been different. Certain disappointment, having to call people back, that amazing news you give them has to be retracted. So it's not a nice pill to swallow. So this has been a very wonderful first edition of Tech Stories on Dev Talk with FK, and want to thank our guest for coming. AY, his name is Ayo. I call him AY just like you guys call me FK. Even though I'm Fikayo. So if you have benefited from this video in any way, remember to like the video. Also, subscriptions help us to know that you want us to continue to do this. It's a way to encourage us that we are doing something right. So we really much appreciate if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet. So that would be awesome. Till we see in another one. Definitely other videos will be coming, but very soon we're going to be seeing someone else seated there and telling another wonderful tech story. See you in another video. Bye.